This is a read-through of truck case study 6. It was done in class, and I'm putting up some Kahoots to follow. So listen to the read-through, follow it, and then you can do the Kahoots afterwards. Hope this helps. Truck case study 6, and this is Robert. Robert had a national road haulage operator's license and operated within Ireland, sees domestic. He usually carried ceramics, fine glassware and collectibles, but he also had another truck that he used to carry pigs for local neighbours. Robert was paid for cash for carrying his customers' goods. On today's trip, Robert would be carrying fragile goods while the packages were being loaded onto the pallets and into his truck. Robert checked the quantity, the overall condition of the goods and the packaging. The fragile goods were packed in appropriate containers labelled fragile, handled with care. This was a light load and Robert was not sure how to secure it. The sender and Robert completed a consignment note and the sender kept the correct copy. The customer had chosen Robert to carry the goods because it offered company risk contracts. She also had confidence in road freight and did not want the fragile goods sitting on the railway tracks for a long time. I think it means railway station, it won't be sitting on the tracks. Once he had secured the load, Robert did his routine walk-around check, cockpit drill, to make sure everything was in order. And they're the things he checked. Obviously he hasn't checked anywhere near enough. He set off at 9:15. After driving for 4 hours, Robert decided to pull into a service station. He parked in the truck parking area and switched off the engine and rested for 45 minutes. Before driving on, Robert wanted to make sure the containers were still in contact from the journey so far. As he checked the load, he noticed that there were broken strands on some of the ropes. His delivery window was 6 a.m. to 8 a.m, so he had no time to spare, as his destination was not much further. Robert decided to continue using the same ropes and discard them after unloading the goods. He arrived at his destination at 8 a.m. When Robert arrived at the Glimmer Sparkle and Shine shop, he opened the trailer to check the load and ropes before the customer came out to inspect the goods. He felt guilty about not using the ropes. Fortunately, everything looked as it did when it was loaded, and the day before, the customer inspected all the boxes and took delivery of the goods. Robert then discarded the frayed ropes. In preparation for his journey, Robert checked that his tyres, battery, windscreen, wipers, mirrors and brake hoses were okay. He planned his route to avoid traffic congestion. After driving 15 minutes, he noticed an arch bridge. The headroom under the bridge was 3.9, which is 13 feet, and his truck was 3 meters, 10 feet high, so he knew he would fit within the bridge restrictions. As Robert drove under the bridge, he glanced down to change a radio station and as a result lightly scraped the left side of the bridge. He did not think there was any damage to the trailer or the bridge. As there were no witnesses, he did not stop or report the incident to the Garda. That's very illegal. There's a number on the bridge that you have to ring and let them know that there's been a collision, no matter how minor. It's not up to you. You're not an engineer. You don't know how much you've damaged that bridge. As he drove, Robert daydreamed about how fortunate it was to be driving road freight and not handling rail freight. Some of his friends who had handled rail freight had lost their jobs. Although Robert was regularly away from his home for days at a time, he was happy to be a truck driver. Thank you for liking and subscribing to my channel. And like and subscribing to my channel helps other people like you find them.